Hello students, today we are going to talk about 7.4 and we are discussing area of composite figures. And so we're going to start off by just writing down the definition of what composite is, which is a combination of different objects. If you'd like to pause the video right now to just get this all written down, go ahead and do that, and you could hit play once you're ready. So now that you are ready to continue on, let's take a look at as an example of a complex shape. So we're going to draw a little plane, all right? And so with this plane right here, we know that the plane usually has some kind of tail. So let's draw that. And then the plane will, let's say, go a certain distance horizontally over there. We're going to add some wings to it. We'll just make it just one wing, and it'll be a triangle wing like that. And then it will continue on. Then we'll have the little curve for the front of the plane right there. And then we are going to just close that off. So go ahead and try to see if you could copy this image down of this plane here. If you want to pause the video, you could also hit pause, and then we'll hit continue when you're ready. So as you can see here, this shape is actually built of a few different objects. And so let's try to see what objects we can find here. Now there's different ways to split this up, but we're going to start off with, let's take a look at the main body of the plane. So I could actually draw with the blue here. And if you have a pen or pencil or a different color, that probably would be a good idea. And let's start with the body of the plane, which is this rectangular shape right here. All right, so we know that there is that rectangle. I'm going to draw a different color using a different color now. But then let's say for the front of the plane, you see that it goes beyond the rectangle. It looks like it's complicated, but when you actually draw this additional front part, you'll notice that it's just a semicircle right there. And then I'll use a different color like yellow. So for the tail end, there's a triangle. And for the wing, there's another triangle, which I'll use the color green for. So now, I hope that you can start noticing that this triangle is actually a lot simpler than what you would initially expect, right? So if you're looking for the area of this shape, what do we do? Well, you'll have to add the different sections together. So I'll need to find out what that yellow area is. I'll need to know what this middle portion is right here. And then I'll just need to know what the other two segments are, which in this case for the red for the front of the plane and the green for the wing of the plane. So you could see that now I could use multiple different shapes to find that out. And if I were to actually label what I'm seeing here, I could label that here, that is a semicircle. This right here would be a triangle. The tail would be another triangle. And the body here would be a rectangle. So then how do I find these different sections? I'll need to add them together. So this is an example of a composite figure, and this will be an example of how you would visually separate the pieces so that you can draw something that is clearer. So now let's talk about how we find the area. So steps for finding area. And let's underline that because it's fairly important. All right, what are the steps for finding the area of these complex objects? Step 1, you should find the different shapes. Let's say the different simple shapes. All right, so in this case, we got two triangles, a rectangle, and a semicircle. 2, find the area of each shape, or of each simple shape. And finally, add or subtract the areas. All right, so it is fairly as simple as that. I would like to clarify in a bit why we also say subtract, but this is generally the 3 steps that you'll need to take. So, for example, let's do an example of the one above. What you would do is you'd find the area of the tail triangle plus the rectangle for the body plus the semicircle and plus the bottom triangle there. So you could see how the different shapes can easily be found now that you know what these different areas are. So when would you need to subtract these areas? Well, you will need to subtract if you get a gap in the picture. So let's point that out. So I will say subtract if you see gaps. So for example, we'll have a picture of a triangle here, and in the triangle, let's say that there is a circle, right? And this is the area that you're looking for. It's an image with a triangle, and it has that little circle in the middle there. So that would equal the area of the triangle minus the area of the circle. And so you'll just need to find each individual shape, and then you could just subtract. Sometimes you'll get a little bit more of complicated figures, but generally that is what you'll need to do to find the area. So to test this out, to see your knowledge on this and how you're able to do it, let's do the try. And this is going to be try page 163. There are a few steps that they encourage you to follow. I would say for this, just try those out. It's just a few steps on what you'll need to add and subtract, and then you'll need to figure out the different areas as well. So that this right here, let me zoom back out, but this right here are the notes that you will need to copy. So go ahead and copy this into your notebooks, and we should be good to continue. Once you're done with the try questions, you can go ahead and try the independent practice. It just gives you a bunch of other shapes that you can test out as well. All right, that is it.